Huh?
What if I could show you something nobody else sees? My name is Luna. I'm an owl, which means I see things in the dark that others can't. But I'm not just talking about nighttime vision. I'm talking about something deeper. I see what people are really feeling, even when they're pretending to be fine. It started when I was really little. I'd look at my friends' faces and I could see shadows. Like, not scary shadows, but the shadows of feelings they were trying to hide. Barnaby would smile big and strong, but I could see he was worried about being too big. Stella would bounce around with infinite energy, but I could see her exhaustion underneath. Pip would come up with brilliant ideas, but I could see the fear that he'd chosen the wrong path. My mom told me I had a gift, but gifts don't always feel good at first, because when you can see people's real feelings, you can't just ignore them. It's like finding out someone's hurting and being unable to pretend you don't know. So I started doing what owls do best. I started creating, but not like drawing art. I mean creating space, creating situations, creating opportunities for people to be their real selves. I'd suggest we go sit by the moonlight and just exist. I'd ask weird questions that made people think about stuff they weren't thinking about. I'd draw pictures of what I sensed they were feeling, and somehow seeing it outside their bodies made it less scary. When Barnaby was worried about his size, I didn't tell him, "You're great the way you are," though he is. Instead, I took him to a place where we watched the stars, and I asked him, "If you could be any size, what would you choose?" And he started talking, really talking, about how his size made him feel powerful, but also responsible, about how he wanted to be gentle, but worried he'd never be good enough. And that conversation, that real conversation, did more than any reassurance could have. But what about someone who never stops moving? Want to find out? See you next time, friends.